The big story, we are following the future of Palm Beach County Superintendent Art Johnson. It looms as we speak. A live look now at a meeting taking place at the school board surrounding Johnson's contract. It is a packed house there over at Palm Beach County School District headquarters. This live shot coming in right now. Joining us to help break down the details of this is education advocate Tom Watley. We certainly appreciate your time. Now, Tom,
my pleasure.
You just came from that school board meeting.
Yes.
Actually, the meeting prior to that. I want to ask you off the top here, is Art Johnson's fate sealed, or does he have a chance here?
Well, I think it's sealed that inevitably he is going to leave. It's just now they're trying to work out the terms. He's on a long but $1 million contract over a certain time frame, so now they have to actually negotiate that contract on his terms of separation or separation of service. So how that's done, whether it's with cause, without cause, what the severance package is actually going to be.
We saw in that meeting, we were watching it here in a closed circuit TV here. You were at the meeting prior to this where they were trying to hash out all the details.
Correct.
The best word for it, it's a mess. Whether to fire him with or without cause, whether or not to come up with an agreement in a week. It's a really slippery slope with regard to the legal aspect of this contract here. Could they even come up with an agreement tonight?
You know what? I can't foresee that happening because the board just received a copy of the proposals today at 1 o'clock, which means as soon as they sat down at the dais, they were able to read it. So that creates a problem that they're going to have to look, you know, you have two lawyers up there actually on the board, so they actually have trouble reading it. So that creates a problem. So they're going to have to look at it, see what kind of severance package that would be agreeable so everybody can be happy.
Just to dissect the timeline of the meeting that's going on right now, you mentioned at the top of 5, there was regular business, and around 7 o'clock time certain they'll be discussing this matter.
Right. Well, they'll take public comment at 7 o'clock, and you may see this is going to be a long night, so maybe later on toward your late evening broadcast that you may see a discussion again about this.
Art Johnson had a lot of support. Last night, 100 principals gathered at Palm Beach Central High School in support of him. He has support at this meeting as well. How big of an impact will that play tonight?
Well, that certainly plays an impact as far as the overall image of the support, but you have to remember, too, that the principals, I would say about 95% of them, he actually hired and placed in those positions. So certainly they don't want to bite the hand that feeds them.
And if they decide to dismiss him tonight, which is somewhat unlikely, there's a lot of speculation as to what could happen tonight. But if they were to dismiss him, what is the next step then for the board? Well,
the next step would try and find an interim superintendent and at the same time do some kind of search. A nationwide search would be quite tedious and expensive. We have a lot of talent right here in Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade County that could possibly fill those shoes.
All right, Mr. Watley, thank you so much for your time. I know it's going to be a big night ahead.
I'm heading back down there.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. And News Channel 5 is staying on top of this story, both on air and online. Our reporters are blogging from inside this meeting. Their live updates and pictures are being posted straight to WPTV.com. There you will find the link right on our homepage.
Get it while you can. Coming up tonight, we're going to tell you why more than just teens now love Hello Kitty.
And if you suspect your cool new smartphone will be obsolete in less than a year, you're correct. Why is that? And is there any way to stop the upgrade madness? We'll let you know so you don't waste your money.
Did you wake up with Today on 5 this morning? Another one of those tips I want to point out. When you're getting gas, shut the door, lock it, especially when you're going up to pay. It's a story you saw only on 5. Tips to keep you and your family safe and secure. For coverage in local communities, watch Today on 5 tomorrow morning starting at 4:30 a.m.
$299 a month, 0 down, and you're in command of the all-new 2011 Infiniti G25. An incredible luxury value. $299, 0 down.
Find the best deal in America on Infiniti at Schumacher.
Now save 2 ways on the Colonel's original recipe. There's the $2 Tuesday special, a great meal at a Tuesdays only deal, and save every day on KFC's 10-piece value bucket, just $7.99. KFC, tastes so good.
They're raking in more money than a teacher, but play no part in your child's education. The Contact 5 investigators Katie LeGrone reveals what could be a flaw in the system tomorrow at 11.
I'm Kelly Dunn. Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we are continuing to gather new information about a child whose body was found in the back of a pickup truck. What kind of life were she and her siblings living with their adoptive parents? And the harsh words a judge had for her mother. We're also live at the Palm Beach County School Board meeting where the fate of Superintendent Art Johnson hangs in the balance, and new safeguards for the flying public. The steps being taken to make sure your body scan stays private. All new at 6.
When I'm waiting to get a haircut, I like to spread the word about Ford. How are you?
Take me to your edge.
Well, this is my Ford Touch. I have a great navigation system.
Was it love at first sight?
Absolutely.
Lease a Ford Edge for just $239 a month for 24 months.
President's Day in Florida means fun with family and friends. The icing on the cake? The President's Day weekend sale at Bell's. This Friday and Saturday, earn $10 in Bell's Bucks for every $50 you spend. Plus, save up to 79% on color/clearance items. And go to bellsflorida.com to print your savings pass to save an extra 15 or 20% on your purchase. So don't miss the President's Day weekend sale at Bell's.
Achievement embraces Mondays. Achievement loves working capital. Achievement puts receivables to work. Achievement expects a lot of itself. CFO, Cash Flow Options, helping business achievers better manage their cash flow. PNC, for the achiever in us all.
You know what I like about surprising new Ford owners? They tell you what they really think. What do you like about the Escape?
I'm definitely pleased with the gas mileage.
You're a fine driver.
You're a great passenger.
That's what I was looking for.
Lease a Ford Escape for just $199 a month for 24 months.
Covering Martin County now with the largest news team on the Treasure Coast. It is a plan that would completely change the face of the county in the coming decades. A massive community could rise up from thousands of acres of citrus groves right near Hobe Sound. Today was the first major discussion of that project. News Channel 5's John Shaman has the story tonight.
Just west of the Turnpike at Bridge Road, a family farming operation is on the brink. The Becker family planted its first grove here in 1962. 50 years later, citrus production isn't what it once was, with disease and other hits from Mother Nature.
The hurricanes of 2004 and 2005 were a tipping point.
Becker Holding Company CEO Tom Hurley and his team came to the Treasure Coast Regional Planning Commission today to open discussions about what could be built in its place. And there were no actual drawings, but the concept is to build what Hurley called a job-oriented community.
It doesn't make sense to build a house today. But if we have several thousand jobs out on that site, then there will be a justification for it.
While under confidentiality agreements, Hurley said there's a lot of interest in the property. They've been contacted on both the educational and development fronts.
And it's going to dovetail nicely, I think, with what Governor Scott's working on in terms of trying to really market Florida to companies around the country that might be inclined to leave, from up north to come south.
One thing that was pointed out is this location is midway between Torrey Pines and Tradition to the north and Scripps and Abacoa to the south. It could be a while before any type of project gets approval, and that's no guarantee. So why build now? Hurley says planning something like this takes years, but working in the citrus industry has given him a good understanding of patience.
When we plant a citrus tree, we don't get a crop from it for 8 years, and we don't really get a payback on it for 15. So it's just sort of the timetable that we have to think about these things.
In Martin County, John Shainman, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Hard to watch sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Let it go. An investigation